I can see the island from here. Dude, anyways. Hey guys, out there on the web, this is Chappie with New Survival Skills, and you know, I've had a lot of requests for video dealing with urban escape and evasion or urban survival skills. So Josh and I decided to put on the EDCs, and which usually are carried in the vehicle with us. They go with us everywhere, but when we're on foot, of course they're on our backs. Josh is carrying about 35 pounds on his back right now. I've got close to 40. And we have everything that we need to survive for over 72 hours with us. And the building behind us, it's an abandoned building. It's been vacant for about 2 years now. And it would be a good place to hold up if you could sneak into it in an escape and evasion kind of situation. The only problem is there's a police station about a block that way. There's a corridor that the police use to travel right there and in front of this building. There's a major freeway here, and there's a lot of open areas. So in an escape and evasion type of situation, this isn't that good because you're going to be out in the open and somebody's bound to see you. I'm sure standing here as I watch a car go by and the guy's waving, somebody's seen me already. So this isn't a good place to be in an escape and evasion situation. So let's go find a good place to hide. Okay, we were just on the back side of this building. Now we've come to the side, and Josh and I were talking as we were walking around the corner, and he was pointing out that in an escape and evasion type of situation, this wouldn't be a good place to be because there's a lot of homes. But when you're doing an escape and evasion, you're trying to move under the radar. You're trying to move through an area without being detected. And one of the best ways in an urban situation is by alleyways. There's a lot of great ways, and there's a few perfect ways for escape and evasion, but I really don't feel comfortable giving you guys all that kind of information because I don't know the type of people who are watching my videos. I don't know the type of people completely who are on my NSS fan page on Facebook. I don't feel like giving ammo to the enemy. And when I say the enemy, I'm talking like terrorists, nut jobs, crazy people who are looking to hurt civilians, hurt police, inflict harm on the masses. I don't want to help these jackholes out. So I'm not going to give you guys tons of information that would be able to do that. But when you're in an escape and evasion type of situation, let's say that you get stuck in another country like Mexico, and you're trying to make it to the border to get back to the United States, and let's say the reason you're stuck there is a natural disaster that happened and the border's been closed off and you need to get back to the US, then you need to learn how to travel in a way that you can't be spotted as easily as you would be spotted just traveling out in the open. And one of the greatest ways is traveling out in the open. Blending in with your natural environment, blending in with the people that are around you, blending in with society, and keeping your cool and traveling outside of the range of other eyes. Like, you want to avoid things that could catch you up. I'll leave that for you to research on your own, because like I said, I'm not going to give you guys a buttload of information that could wind up helping somebody who doesn't need to be helped. But on the other hand, Josh and I were just talking about this big empty building. Now let's say in a true crap hit the fan situation, like an earthquake, pestilence, fire, natural disaster of some sort, if this building actually retained its structural integrity, and let's say some of the buildings around here and the homes around here have fallen, this would be a good building to use to shelter in place. And especially during the winter months when it gets cold, people need to take shelter. So keep in mind abandoned buildings, abandoned places, and things like that, where you can hold up and shelter in place if you need to in the event of a natural disaster or even a man-made emergency. Let's face it, with the state of our nation and the state of our world, if worldwide rioting comes about, or rioting in the United States, sometimes some people are just going to have to find some other place to be safe. And if you can find a building like this that you can hide out in, more power to you. So let's keep trekking on and see what else we find. Alright guys, Chappie's still. Josh and I are out and about, and we're trying to get from one point to another point without being observed by too many people. But we've already attracted the attention of some of our friends who just happen to work for PD. So the escape and evasion by just walking down the street with your EDC on your back, it don't work. So here's a couple of things we want to show you though. This is a route that goes down between a business area and a storage area, and it's off the main road, it's off the main sidewalk, and so this would be a thoroughfare that you could use in an escape and evasion type of situation. And it also goes in this direction between the back of a storage facility and some warehouse business kind of area, and this goes down again to the freeway, which would put you out into a situation where you're out in a completely open area, and your best bet would be to travel through here. But as Josh and I were walking and we were talking, and I was filling him in on some of the secrets of escape and evasion, these are things that are best done at night. Movement's always done better at night, especially if you know the area that you're escaping from. You want to move at night, and you want to hunker down and stay invisible during the day. And one of the ways I would do that in an area like this is I have this thoroughfare that I would use corridor at night, and I've got this vegetation right here. I could actually crawl inside this bush and stay perfectly still, quiet all day until the sun set, and then I can move at night. The only downside to that is something that Josh and I just spotted as we were coming around the corner, and that's there's a church of some sorts right here on the corner that has allowed what it looks like a homeless person to set up camp in their backyard. So that homeless person would be a detriment to my safety if he realized I was in the area. And the reason why we're talking about the escape and evasion is like civil unrest. It's not so that you know how to get away from the cops, because if I find out somebody used something that I taught to escape from the police, I might hunt you down and get arrested and go to jail and meet you in your cell and beat the crap out of you. I don't like people like that. What we're trying to do is teach people how that they can survive in a situation where, like I said, again, flood, famine, fire, natural disaster, things that will put people who haven't prepared to survive in a natural disaster or a survival situation, will put those idiots in the mindset of stealing from those people who have prepared. And you want to be able to avoid, escape from, evade those types of people and get on to a place where you can be safe. So we're going to trek down the road a little bit more and see if maybe we can come across a couple of places we can point out to you that would be good to hunker down. Anywhere along this hedgerow, anywhere in the bushes, anywhere that you can find a place that limited amount of people use during the day. I wouldn't say hide out. Like if you look around the corner and down the road, or you look over there, there's a dumpster area where you've got dumpsters that are enclosed in a gated area. I wouldn't hide in those places, because somebody eventually during the day is going to empty the trash and you'll be spotted. The bushes, on the other hand, provide safety, shelter, and security during the day, and you only have to look out for the random homeless guys. So let's head on down the road. Okay, so damn trash truck. So the escape and evasion training, it worked. Because see, we weren't trying to avoid the cops. We weren't trying to avoid, bad people. We were trying to avoid the women, so they didn't know we were going to Carrera's to have lunch. And we made it. Josh and I were out doing this little escape and evasion practice, and so we're back to this alleyway or throughway that we showed you earlier, and over here is that homeless person that we says living in the parking lot of the church, and then over here in the trees, these bushes, there's 2 homeless people living in those bushes. So those are things that you need to be aware of when you're looking at your escape and evasion route. But now that we're both full from Carrera's fine dining, we're just strolling back to the house, and I wanted to say something to you guys to kind of touch on the escape and evasion thing that I talked to you guys about earlier, where I don't feel comfortable putting out too much information on the internet. So if you're local, state of California, we consider that local. We've had people from Arizona and Nevada come out here and take training. Consider those somewhat local. But we're not going to put a lot of information out on the internet that can be used by people who would use it to harm other people. So if you want to learn escape and evasion techniques, come see us and take a class, because this is all I'm going to put out on the internet about escape and evasion. So if you want to learn more, email us, contact us through Facebook, find out when we're doing a class, take the class, come out, meet with us, and if we still feel like you're a threat, we'll send you home with your money. But we're not going to put out any more information about escape and evasion over the internet, so don't ask for it. Go find it from somebody else who doesn't care who they trained. Until the next time, this is Chappie for New Survival Skills. Josh behind the camera saying take care and take care of the wild.